Alright, this is a more serious ready check going out just to make sure we're all here and all awake. I'm about to hard click us into the tower. So, get ready for that. Or, well, into the crescent, I should say. Once again, once we go into the crescent, we are on a 10-minute timer. During that 10 minutes, please hang out with your party and your alliances on the pavilion. We will have letters. That's A, B, and C parties. You will be on the west side of that pavilion. Numbers, you're 1, 2, 3, formerly known as D, E, and F. You are going to be on the east side of the pavilion facing the Citadel. At that time, at the beginning, we will then also have our chemist. If you are going to play chemist, please stand in the center of the pavilion as we get there. Also, once we get in immediately, double check that you are knowledge level 20, and if you're not, please speak up so that we can try and do something about it immediately, because otherwise you're gonna have to sit out the first run, and that's no fun for anyone. Also make sure that you have your cipher, because you'll need it to go into the tower. You may also see some tanks pull some mobs to the pavilion platform thing. If you do, just keep those mobs alive. Please don't kill them. The tanks are building the limit gauge because you can actually bring that into the tower with you. It's not super important to bring with you, so don't feel like super pressed to bring it. But if you want that extra little comfort of doing an extra little damage or having another hit or whatever it is that you want at the beginning of the fight, feel free to do it. But at this time, please make sure you have a cipher and make your way to the pavilion. Also, as I said, we'll have letters, that's ABC, on the west side of the pavilion, numbers on the east side. And then let's go on ahead and get Chemist to stand in center so that we can mark you. Currently, I know that I've got Kamui and Bunt Cake, and I think Blitz is also going to chemist for us. I personally like to take about 4 to 5 chemists with us on a general run. Any more than that is kind of overkill, and any less than 4 is kind of rough, honestly. Would love to have 2 on each side as well, so we'll double check to make sure that we have 2 chemists on each side of the pavilion. There will be times during this dungeon, many times, that we will split up into these alliances and into our individual parties. Please say hi. Check out who you're with, because you're going to see these people a lot. Okay. Got 3 chemists here. We'll go on ahead and start the numbering process. We're going to mark Kamui with a number 1. We're going to mark Bunt Cake with a number 2. And Bloodsmith with a number 3. If we have any other healers or off tanks that would like to play chemist, I would love to take 2 additional ones. Primarily, probably 1 from numbers at least. Bastien, perfect. And Roy. All right. Okay, hold on. I don't need 100 chemists. I only needed 2. So let's go. Bastien is going to be our number 4, although I think you're in C, so that's 3 chemists for the letter side. Do I have any? Nye, yeah, let's go Nye. Nye will be our 5th, 5th chemist. Perfect. All right, thank you so much, chemist. Make sure that you have 2 chemists
in C.
You have 2 chemists in C, really?
Yeah.
Then how come I don't have 2 chemists? Or is that Kamui and oh yeah, you do have to. Honestly, that's fine. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Oh. I just know who to set up for the cheese then. So. Alright, perfect. Chemist, again, make sure that you have each other marked, because these 5 marks are really only important for the 5 of us. Well, the 5 of you and me. So yeah, once you're marked, please head back to your party. Thank you so much. I'm going to go on ahead and do the 19 check. I should have done this earlier, but I believe in you all. Sweet, we're all 20. All right, let's do the night check. We should have 6 knights. That should be 1 per party. 4, 5, 6. Perfect. All right. Oh, yeah, because you have 2 in your party because I haven't switched to knight yet. Duh. I'm the idiot here. Okay. So we should definitely have plenty of knights now. I fully believe that. Cool. Let's check our thieves. Thieves, if you could step out, please. I need 1 for each side. Yuda and I'm gonna go with just your last name, Anima. Thank you so much, the 2 of you. We got you both. Because you're in party 3, perfect. Let's double check actually, let's double check time mages, because I know that we had like 100 time mages sign up, so it should be, what, Coda and Nimia. Yeah, there's our time mages, yeah, there's our time mages. Okay, cool. Time mages, thank you so much. That should be, yeah, that should be good, because you're in my party. Okay, and then Geomancers. Do we have 2 Geomancers? I have to find my own post. Where are we? Yeah, that was the one I'm missing on numbers. Okay. We got Ezom. Perfect. Do I have anyone on the number side that would like to be Geomancer? Also, at this time, I know things are going to be a little bit confusing because I'm going to ask you to do something else at this time. Please place your cipher into the reliquary at this time. It is the most important thing that you do right now, is that you place your cipher into the reliquary so that you can go into the tower with us. You have a level 5 knight. That should be fine.
No pledge.
No pledge? That's fine. No need. Don't eat it.
This is nice.
It is really nice.
Not a no pledge.
Yeah, it's not like super pressing requirement. We'll figure it out. Still have, okay, Geomancer. Still need a numbers Geomancer. So anyone from the DEF or 1, 2, 3 party would like to be a Geo. Noel. Let's go with you. You're gonna be our Geomancer. Okay, thank you so much. That is the required roles that we need. All right, perfect. Everyone, if you do not know what to play at this point or are currently on a freelancer or something, please switch to another job. Primarily, I would love to take a bard in every party. I would love to take a ranger in every party. I would love to take a dancer in every party. Really, you don't need all 3 of those in every party, but those are the great one-ups in every party. We are also 44 ciphers, so congratulations everyone, you passed the first boss. Primarily the only job that I don't really recommend is monk, and that is because you can kick yourself off the first boss. The first boss is on a floating platform, so you can kick yourself off the wall. You can also kick yourself into the boss. If you do clip into the boss, you will just die. It just instantly kills you. So please do not clip into the boss. It is very possible the boss does rotate, and we'll just not care about your lives if you clip into it. So you also do only have 4 lives in here, so it is important that you follow instructions to stay alive. The strats that I'm going to teach you here are all going to be the most safe strats that I can possibly teach you. Everything here is about staying alive. If you stay alive, you can pretty much just do the tower. First off, once we get in, we are going to have a glowing platform that we're on. That will be your last time to check if you're on your correct job, your correct phantom job, and make sure that you eat some food at that time, because once you jump off, you will be locked into your job. Once you've done that, make your way to the first boss. The first boss is, again, on a floating platform, so you'll need to use the teleportation sigil to get up there. Once you are up there, please do not fall off the platform and waste a life. Please also do not pull the boss early. We will place some way markers down, and if you are not comfortable placing them down, then a vet in your party probably already has those markers for you and can place them down because you can save them now. Also, there will be a stone on the way to the first boss. Knights and dancers. Those are the only 2 jobs that need to buff themselves at the stone. Please do that, knights and dancers. Bards and monks. The reason why we do not take your buff is because they're unnecessary to the tower. You should be already knowledge level 20, so there's no point in gaining EXP. And then for the monk, that speed buff doesn't really matter. And not only that, it's just going to buff clear you, so you are just going to be overbuffed and you won't be able to actually take the buffs you want. So do not get buff capped. So again, Knights Dancers are the only 2 at the stone that we need to take care of. And then once we get up to the first boss, we will explain everything for you. We're currently about 40 seconds to go in time, so please make sure that you are alive and on the platform in the glowing circle. And then, yeah, get ready for some tower. Also a good time to double check if you do have Arcanaut gear. Make sure that you have that equipped, and if you have any accessories, have those equipped too. They're really, really good. They help your damage immensely. Alright, we're going into the tower. Again, be on the platform here. And we should get slurped in any second. And then, yeah, if you have the buffs right now, they should fall off. They did fix that bug. They should just fall off, and then you should just rebuff at the stone naturally. If for some reason someone accidentally buffs themselves, like a bard is just like, I really love Romeo's Ballad, and they pass that as the, walking or whatever the buff is, like, just right-click it off your thing. If you're on PS5, I don't know how you do that. Plug in a mouse and keyboard and right-click it off.
You have
I don't know.
use the software mouse thing.
The touchpad?
Yeah, no, not the touchpad. You have to actually use the virtual mouse.
Oh, the virtual mouse. Good luck with that.
It's a big pain in the ass.
Alright, again, make sure you're on your correct job, your correct phantom job. Make sure to eat some food real quick. Knights Dancers, do your stuff at the stone. Make your way to the first boss. Please do not pull it, do not touch it, do not look at it, do not sneeze at it, don't breathe at it. Just turn around and hang out as I explain the first boss for you. Go ahead and get your waymarkers down. That should already probably have these saved, so we should just be able to drop them nice and easy. It should be 1, 2, 3 in front of the boss, and then mirrored CDA on the back side. Welcome to the first boss of the tower. This is the Demon Tablet. It is most notably known as the free boss. It's not too terribly hard to follow, as long as you can follow my instructions. There's 4 major mechanics about this boss that I really need you to know, though. I'm going to explain the boss kind of in order real quick for you, and I'm just going to do it really quickly. And the first thing I kind of need to explain, though, is that the boss is going to lift into the air a lot, and the boss is going to rotate 3 times. Pretty much for any of those attacks, we want to do the opposite of what the boss says. So anytime the boss lifts into the air, it will immediately slam down and do an attack with a far or near in its title, in the cast bar title. On these, a far means it's a knockback, and you need to get close to the boss. For this, if you look at the boss, and you look where I'm currently standing here on the east side of the platform, there's this white brick, like slate brick, that goes in front of the boss. It's like a line on the corner. It goes in front of the boss and all the way on this back line here, too. It's mirrored up there. This is the line in front of the boss that you want to stand on to get that knockback. So you want to be really close to the boss for the knockback for anything that is a far attack. If the boss slams down and does near, it's going to do a half room cleave. So you just want to run towards the B or 2-way marker, depending on which side we're on. You just want to get away from the boss for those. Okay, so here's how the boss is going to work in full continuity, right? The boss is going to start with a raid wide. Rangers. If you have a ranger in your party, you can start 10 seconds before the fight and use unicorn. It'll pretty much mitt you through that. Otherwise, everyone else just mitt through the first raid wide. Afterwards, the boss will lift into the air. We all go under the boss to the other side. The boss will slam down, do a near or a far. I'll call and tell you where to go. It'll be a knockback or get away from boss. As soon as the boss does that, the boss will lift into the air once again. We will come back to this side and just do another near or a far. Please just listen to all my instructions on these. As we go through it, I will call all of this on the fly. Afterwards, tanks will stand to the left side of the party, kind of near the 1-way marker. Everyone else is going to be on the right side of the boss. There will be a tank buster that comes out. 3 tanks are going to get that tank buster. Those 3 tanks need to stand tight together and invuln when the cast bar hits the C for chisel. So the cast bar for or the attack of the tank. Oh my god! The attack of the tank buster is called Occult Chisel. Once you see the C and chisel hit the cast bar hit that C, invuln. If you are a berserker and you are raging at that time with the tanks, please invuln first and then rage before you do all your nonsense. Afterwards, the boss will lift into the air. At that time, we will have the letters parties, that's A, B, and C, will cross under the boss to the other side. And there will be 6 sets of towers that appear. They'll be pretty much on our way markers. Once the boss slams down and does the near or a far attack with that, we will all 6 parties take our 6 towers at the relative marker. So if you're in party 1, take the tower at 1, the marker 1. If you're in party 3, take it at 3. If you're in party C, take it at the C-way marker. So again, boss lifts, letters cross, towers appear, take the near or far first, then resolve your tower. After your tower is resolved, there will be the first rotation. We always end on the number side for the first 2 rotations, and we will always end on the back side of the boss. So the boss will spin, and we will just go to the opposite side of whatever he says. So if it's rotate left, we go to the right side of the boss. If it's rotate right, we go to the left side of the boss. Again, I will call all of this in the way markers you need to go to at the relative times. Just follow to where I say. The boss will spin. Letters will just walk forward to the numbers side. Numbers will just go around to the back side of the boss. After that, we will have a light spread for the meteors mechanic. This is the first major mechanic of this tower that you really need to pay attention for. It is a personal mechanic. It is the big scary thing here, is personal mechanics. What's going to happen is there are going to be there's like 3 mechanics happening all at once, right? What's going to happen is there are 8 players with meteors that are going to be on their head. You will note this by having your light spread, see above your head, hey, you got a meteor, you want to go to the meteor side of the boss. When the boss lifts into the air, there will be a meteor either behind us or it will be behind the boss. That'll tell you which side the meteors players go to. Once the meteors players and or the party goes to the safe side or the meteor side, depending on who needs to move, the meteors will then, everyone will then resolve the near far attack from the boss. Meteors will drop the meteor on the back side of their platform. Now, there's one other mechanic that will be happening during all of this, is that 4 players are going to get stack markers. Those 4 stack markers are also going to have a line pointing out and away from them. That line needs to be, the blue line needs to be pointing at the boss for this mechanic. So when the boss lifts into the air, stacks need to pay attention and see where their stack is pointing, and they need to go to the side so that stack points at the boss. The reason why is because we need 2 of those stacks to be on the safe side and 2 of those stacks to be on the meteor side, so that the meteor side stacks can carry the meteors players over the boss to the safe side, where the safe side players are trying to stack in their stacks to stay on the safe side. So again, when the boss lifts up, here's what's going to happen. Boss lifts into the air. Meteors players and safe players need to figure out which sides they need to be on. Meteors will move, safe players will stay or move. Stack markers. Look to point your stack at the boss. Go to the appropriate side. The boss will slam down. Meteors. Place the meteors at the back of their platform. Then everyone ride their stack markers. So if you're on the safe side, you ride your stacks at the back of the platform. If you're on the meteor side, you run those stacks in front of the boss and ride over the boss to the safe side. After that, we will have a little bit of downtime for the boss. But then after that, the boss will lift into the air once more, and we will have the letters party cross, and we will have an easy ad phase. Once we have the ad phase begin, tanks just pick up your ads at your relative marker spots, kill your ad as soon as you possibly can, and help the other parties with their ads once you've killed yours. Now, time mages, though, will need to wake up when those ads spawn. Time mages will need to dispel the ads at B and 2 when they appear. So time mages, make sure to dispel them when you see those ads appear. It's the bigger one, in the middle at B and 2. Casters can limit break at that time to hit all 4 enemies on their side. But then you've got some downtime on the boss once your ad is dead, and it will feel like a long time for the next mechanic. The next mechanic is the final mechanic that you really need to know what's going on, and that is the Gargoyles Towers mechanic. For this mechanic, 2 gargoyles are going to appear on the sides of the platform. Those gargoyles will explode eventually, but it will be at the very end of everything. They will also show you where the safe spot will be at the end of the tower's mechanic, or at the end of everything. The boss will lift into the air, and 6 sets of towers are going to appear on one side of the boss. It will either be letters or numbers, doesn't matter. It could be one or the other. When those 6 towers appear, we will have the letters parties take the towers that are on the ground. So letters just at your color relative marker if you're on the number side. You will take the towers that are on the ground. The numbers players need to find one of the gargoyles, and they need to stand on that gargoyle so that they can be lifted into the air, and then they need to dive into their tower in the air. Again, it'll be the color relative if they happen to be on the letter side. So, but first, again, of course, that boss did lift into the air, so near far is going to happen first. So the boss lifts into the air, near far. Whatever party has to cross sides will have to cross sides before the near far comes out, of course. Boss slams down on the ground, numbers run into a gargoyle and get lifted into the air while the letters parties go on ahead and get into their towers. Once the numbers parties are floating in the air, they dive into a tower, the towers explode, we all soak them, and then we all immediately run to the safe spot, which we already know because the gargoyle showed us and I am calling it at that time. We run to the safe spot, stack together, the 2 gargoyles will explode, and then at that point, the boss will just do all the mechanics that it has shown you before in reverse. So you'll get another set of meteors, another set of the boss lifting up and us just crossing under, and then another set of tank busters, another raid wide, and rage. That's the whole first fight. I know it's a lot, and it's a lot of word vomit that I just threw at you. So I'm so sorry if that is not the best way for you to learn. But I promise you, if you have a vet in your party, you can mark them with a Dorito, and as long as they're not taking a tank buster, you can pretty much follow them for the entire fight. Again, just listen to my calls, and you should, and as long as you don't panic, you should be able to get through this fight no problem. And just make sure to just do as much damage as possible whenever you can. There's a lot of downtime in this fight, so as long as you're not panicking, we should just be able to kill the boss with no problem. And if we see enrage, that happens all the time. There is an unrecoverable point at this fight, so once we kind of press so far into it, we kind of can't reset, so just be ready for that. A wipe is possible, and it's totally okay, and it will totally happen. Mistakes happen. Just shake them off, we move on, we learn. If you have any questions about what you're about to see, feel free to ask them now. You can ask them in Yell, Party, Voice, whatever you need to do with Discord. Feel free to get those questions out. And if you don't have any questions, go on ahead and get a ready checkout for your party if your waymarkers are down. And we will get a pull time. I went 3 minutes over my time of trying to get this shorter. God damn it. I gotta figure out a way to get this shorter. I did it the other day. I got us to pull at 20 minutes, so there is a way to do it. But we got C, we got 2, we got B, we got all the letters are ready. Just looking for party 1. Party 1 is ready. Alright, perfect. Okay, make sure you've eaten some food. Food will keep you alive through this. And then otherwise we are going to pull at 16 even on the blood time. So that's in 50 seconds from now. Again, just want to reiterate that if you have a ranger in your party, 10 seconds before the pool, if you want to use your unicorn, you can. And if you have a limit break, you can cast that at 4 or 3 seconds, depending on if you have a limit 1 or 2 that you are trying to cast. But otherwise, let's go with Demon Temple. Seconds out. Rangers can unicorn now. And we are 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clear play. First up is a ranger. Next up, we're going under the boss to the other side. And getting away from the boss. Please head towards the B waymarker to be safe. Next up, we are crossing over to the other side once more. And getting away from the boss once again. Head towards the 2 waymarker to be safe. Alright, tanks, you're on the left side of the boss. Party, you're on the right side of the boss. If you get busted, make sure to invuln at the C and chisel. And invuln now. Okay, good work. We're gonna have the letters parties cross here. Letters parties are crossing under the boss. Getting away. You're all getting away from boss. Resolve them your card first, and then your tower. Everyone into your tower. First rotation is next. We are looking for our first rotation. We want to be on the opposite side of the boss. Go to the left side with the red or A1 markers. Left side of the boss. At the end of the rotation, we want to be at the 3-row marker. Everyone to the 3-row marker. Letters should just walk forward, and numbers should just walk around the other side. If you have Zerkers, please do not follow. Next up, the light spread. This is the meteor's mechanic. Again, if you get a meteor on your head, I will tell you where to go, and if you get a stack marker, it is imperative that you point it at the boss and go to the appropriate side of the boss. Right, minions are crossing, and this is a knockback. We're knocking back from boss first. We have one bad stack. One bad stack. The stack either fix itself or die. Make sure to ride your stacks here. And we've got the good rotation. We can go ahead and start picking values up. If you, well, actually wait to do that. We are looking for a rotation. To the right side of the boss. Once you're at the 3 marker, you can start picking up bodies. We're going to stay at 3 for the entire rotation. Stay at 3. You can pick bodies up from 3. Damage is looking really good. Let's keep pouring it into the boss here. We're going to have our ads phase next, so we can have the letters cross. Thanks, we can pick up your ads when you see them. That's your relative. Time ranges. We wake up. Letters Letters are crossing. Letters are crossing. Tanks, pick up your ads. Time mages, wake up. Dispel the ads at B and 2. Time mages, dispel now. Mages, keep working. Yes, good work. Alright, good ads. Casters can also limit break to hit all 4 enemies at once. And then once your ad is done, it's like your because you've got a very long downtime on the boss. Please pull your 2 minutes into the boss field. Please use potions. Please use your phantom skills. Those are the most damaging skills you have in this whole run. Yes, I'm sure you thought it was Falcon. It wasn't. It's actually but gargoyles are going to show us where numbers will float, and where the safe spot is at the end. The safe spot will be back left. The towers are on the number side. The letters cross here and get away from boss. Everyone away from boss. Numbers, you can go on ahead and stack on that east gargoyle over there in the back half of it. Numbers into your gargoyle now. Everyone into your towers. Dive into your towers now. After towers, back left. Back left. Back left now. Good work. Next up, we're looking for our final location. We are going to the right side of the boss here, and we will walk forward to A. Walk forward to A. Okay, we're at the non-recovery point, so we need to kill the boss. And it looks like we're gonna do that. We're gonna have another set of meteors though, so please have another light spread here. Please respect this mechanic. If you get a meteor, you're gonna take it to the meteor side. If you get a stack, you're gonna point it at the boss either to the appropriate side that you're on. Meteors are crossing. This is a knockback. Meteors are crossing and a knockback. Stacks look good. Knockback first though. Knockback first. Okay, the eye if you have to. Okay. You can take one puddle, so just ride your stacks, dodge the puddle the best you can, or kill the boss. You have to take the ruby stack or cut chance. Okay. Let's pick up the bodies that we can. Those chemists do not ride up until we have all bodies up. We do have a couple on the other side of the boss. Once you are up on the other platform, we need to have letters go to the left side and the numbers to the right. There's also a personal chest and it's a new stone. So please, Knights Dancers, re-up your buff on the stone. Grab your personal loot. And then parties 1, 2, and 3, we are going to drop down a voice channel and we're going to go through hallways. On the letter side, I believe you've got Rhoda and Yuta that can take you through. So good luck. Take it nice and easy. Please do not go ahead of your thieves. Please do not do anything crazy. Numbers, I'll meet you down in the East Hall.
On letters, I am the thief, so do not go ahead of me. Here, there can be a trap right here, but there is none. I'm going to ask you to hold this Manticore. The Manticore does a left and right hammer. So be on the opposite side and then ready to shift over. Time mages.
Yeah, you know how to thief though. Alright, new players, this is a trap. This is a booby trap. We can pop those, it's totally okay. Just don't walk into them, but no one can see them but thieves. So please, it is imperative that you stay behind your thieves. You know that there's traps behind this red line because the graphic is showing you that. Rangers can throw their falcon into that little trap puddle to pop it, and that is one that we will do it for. So Ranger, if you want to pop it, feel free to pop it real quick. There is another trap though that we back up. You don't want to be that close to it because it does have a splash zone. So you just want to throw your falcon into it to pop it. Do we have Rangers on this side? We should. Yeah, there we go. Alright, Thief, if you want to stand on the brick right here and reveal the Mega, that would be great. We're not gonna pop the Mega, though. Let's pull these ads. We got them. We're gonna kill these ads. Time Leech, please slow the ads as soon as possible. You need to be slowed as soon as possible. You're watching the Manticore. The Manticore is going to crew. We have a left hammer coming out. This is the crew. And then the corrupt. Oh, cool. We just killed it. Your instant kills do work in the hallway. So if you are a samurai, phantom, cannon, or gladiator, all that stuff, you can instantly kill things. We're gonna hug tight to the wall. This is the mega trap. We do not touch it. It kills the entire party. It is huge. We will show you how they explode later. Alright, once we're up here, Geomancer can float themselves. We are gonna kill these ads. Phantom Bards can run their gallery to make all the AoEs on the ground go away. Once the Geomancer floats, they can touch that orb and make that electric puddle disappear, which has disappeared, and then thieves can run ahead with the ranger with them to go ahead and discern the traps that may be ahead of us. Typically, that's what happens. Alright. We are on our way. Again, we're staying behind the thief. Yeah, there's a trap. We're gonna back up. Let Rangers deal with this real quick. Do not. Okay, Ranger, if you will pop that, please. Thank you, so that we don't have any accidental deaths. All right, going up the stairs and to the left. We're on numbers. Could be a trap up here, possibly in front of the fake door. Yeah. All right, let's kill these ads. We're on the moth first. Scary thing that we want to deal with here. Then your phantom, or your instant kills, so please make sure you're doing the best you can whenever you can. And if you do happen to get hit by an AoE, it will kill you. So please do not get hit by anything here. Oh my gosh, we have people just getting mowed down. All knights, all tanks, please have your stance on. These monsters, again, will just maul people. This green orb is also for casters. You do not want to stand in it. It will silence you for 1 full minute. Do not get hit by that green orb, casters. Or like Dark Knights or Paladins, that also affects you. Okay, we're going into this next room. This door can only be unlocked by Phantom Thieves, and there's another red line telling you that there are no more traps in here. We're looking for a false wall though. Thieves can stand right here in this pocket and Phantom detect, and we can just kind of peek into the room. You want to be right in the pocket? Yeah, and then turn the camera. It's the moth. We're killing the moth. This is a little trick for the thieves. You can stand on that pole and then detect, and then if you wiggle your camera, you can see it. We've got these slow, great high range. One thing I do want to emphasize through the tower is that if you have a job, like a required job, you pretty much are exempt from doing anything else. You can just kind of do your job. So if you're a time mage, it's just making sure slows get out, do some damage when you can. Thieves, just run ahead, make sure you find traps and that no one dies to them. Rangers, it's pop the traps when no one is around them so that no one dies to them. It's that kind of stuff. Geos, of course, touch that orb as soon as you see the electric puddle so that no one accidentally steps into it and dies. It's that kind of stuff. So if you have a required job, please do what is required of you first and foremost. We have the caster orb coming at us. It will be on the right side of the hallway, so please, casters, be on the left side as you are making your way down the hallway. And make sure you did grab your loot back there. I guess I did skip over that there was a chest there with 3 sanguinite. There could be a trap in front of these mobs, and there could be the mega up here, so we are going to try and find those first. Let's kill these ads and stay back. Ranger, you are safe to the back door if you feel comfortable doing that, or you feel okay. Feel free to back door if you want, or you can go ahead, just back up. Back up, everyone. We're gonna have Sophia walk into that. Back up, everyone. Back up. Everyone's come like right where I'm standing by this pillar. If you are new, I want you to note how big this explosion is and why it is so important to not touch the mega. sick. I guess it exploded behind me. So, hopefully you saw that, because it was trying to parse information for new players. Sweet, there was a trap in there. Glad I did that. Okay, we're killing these ads. I'm gonna go first. We're looking for the cleaves. It does go through walls, so you can't be super safe on it. Left hammer coming out. This is kind of a goofy hammer. Get ready for it. Walk into this once it goes. Walk into the cleave. Okay, kill the rest of the ads. They will kill you. Okay, we're walking back here. Sophie, if you want to pop that, or if someone wants to pop that, Ranger wants to pop that, someone safely pop that. Watch, the caster orb is coming at us again, casters. And we can stand in front of this door.
Yeah, where's the hallway at?
Sorry, my headset out. There we go. Alright. Thief. Oh, Thief is still here. Oh, Thief, you didn't unlock the door. Oh, gosh.
I'm trying to find
Everyone go stand in front of the door. Back here, Thief. Follow me. Come here. Everyone stand at that door. Don't follow me other than Thief. Thief is the only one who needs to follow me. Yeah, it's in this hallway. It's back here. And then you know how to do the room, right? Okay. Make sure you pop your occult sprint, the appropriate place, and get that door unlocked for us. Okay, the door is unlocked. There we go. Grab your spoils. We have 2 more mobs that we need to kill, and 1 more trap that we need to find. And the other team is waiting for us. Make sure not to get hit by the caster orb casters. We're walking into the next room to pull the next mobs. And we're killing the mobs. Make sure to get a slow out on these as soon as possible. The trap has been found. The Rangers can pop the trap, please. We're looking for White Hammer. Be on the correct side of the magic hole. Get ready to walk into it. Walk into cool now. Good boss. Be careful on dropping down, you can jump up to the next voice channel.
You murderer!
Yes! Sophie the murderer! Sophie killed both the thieves!
Or be careful on drop downs.
You have enough potions to heal that.
Oh god, it's so young.
Alright. Make your way to the second boss. Let's see. We don't really have a lot of time here, so I will try to just explain the first 2 mechanics for you, and then we will just probably do a full set pull. But the great thing is that you guys have made it into the second boss already, and we can just get there quicker on the second run, and I can explain more of it then. Cool. First and foremost, we need to make sure that we have the correct marks down. Please place your waymarks around the center of the ring, as I've placed in the Discord chat. If you have run with another Discord. We do trios differently. You can tell already that our markers are different. Please, the strat that you're going to learn here, please make sure to keep note and keep that, note where you are running and that people do this differently, but we're going to teach you the safe way to do it. First off, A and 1, you're going to be on the green boss. That's Phobos. B and 2, you're going to be on the red boss, and you're going to fight it at A. That's fighting. And then C and 3, you're going to fight Nerd, the purple boss, over here at B2. A1, I didn't mention, you're going to fight it like D3. So, when we start the fight, we are trying to bait a couple mechanics. So please, only attack your boss, and only your boss. Only get hit by your boss. It's important that you only get hit by your boss because the first thing they're going to do is 3 giant circle AoEs, and they will overlap, so please do not get Venn diagrammed and only get hit by the one that your boss is doing. At that same time, there will be a death wall that's appearing. That death wall will be on this brick line. The death wall is here where I'm standing. Safety is the blue bricks. You want to be in the blue bricks to be safe. At that time, tank busters will come out for the tanks. You want to stand that they are pointed out and away from the other party. So please make sure that your tank busters are out and away from the others. Also, there will be some tethers that come out during all of that. They will tether you to your boss. If you happen to get tethered to another boss, please switch to that boss for the entire fight. If you are a tank, please let the tank buster resolve first, but then move to your new boss afterwards. If you're ranged, you can kind of hang out in the center and just attack the guys. You're ranged. If you're melee, I'm so sorry about your uptime. After we're on the bosses, they will reposition themselves, and the red and purple ones will get a puddle under their feet. Please be max melee from those puddles so that you can continue doing damage to them. But the green boss will then move itself into the center of the arena, and the other 2 bosses will turn into slimes. At that time, everyone can attack the green boss. You will lose your debuff at that time. That forces you to attack your own boss, but only for the time being, and you can attack the green one. At that time, the boss will do Primordial Chaos. It will put a debuff on you, and that debuff will be a color and a number. It will either be blue and orange, or it'll be blue or orange, and it will have either a 1, 2, or 3 with it. What this is showing you is a hot-cold mechanic that's about to happen. The slimes are going to be blue and orange or red, whatever. They are going to telegraph 4 jumps together, and they will then execute those 4 jumps. They always jump at the enter cards, so that's the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 on your waymarks. As they jump, you need to get hit by your designated slime that many times. But you want to get hit by the opposite slime that many times is what I'm trying to say. So, if you're hot, if you're red, if you're orange, whatever it is, and you have that many numbers, you want to get hit by the blue one that many times. If you're cold, you're blue, you have however many blue numbers, you want to get hot, you want to get hit by the red one, the orange one, that many times. Watch the 4 jumps. You can pre-position yourself on the first one. So as soon as you see that first one come out, run over to the waymark or wherever it is that you need to take that first hit. Then watch the second and third jumps like painstakingly. You need to remember where you need to move for those jumps, whether it is to get hit or to be safe. The 4th and final jump, I can call the safe spot for you because, again, the only amount of stacks you can have is 1, 2, or 3. So that 4th jump, you should have cleared your stacks and are only looking for a safe spot. I will call the safe spot for you. Thank you, Rayla, for posting the video. There's a great little video that Rayla just posted that Squirrel made that shows this whole mechanic in about 30 seconds, and it's a great visual representation of what I just explained to you. So check that out. There's also some strategy boards that are floating around. Definitely check those out too, that as long as they're THL appropriate, you know. Again, then after that, after we have done that and I've called the 4th safe spot for you, We will then collapse into center and watch the two bosses turn back into themselves, and then they will do a jump. After that jump, the two bosses will cleave. All we need to do is position ourselves in between those two jumping bosses. So I'll just call that safe spot whenever the time is relevant. Just be in the center so that it's the shortest distance to any of those 3 safe spots that we need to run to at the last second. After the cleaves, the bosses will retether themselves to you. So be back on your original boss at that time. Tanks, provoke them. Go back to your own boss. Rangers can unicorn at that time. Rangers, at the beginning of this fight, we will not unicorn. We will save it for that instance that I'm just mentioning now, which is after the bosses jump and we're back on our own bosses again, because the next pressing thing is Delta attack. It's a huge mitt. It's a thrice-fold attack that will just do massive damage to your party. So please mitt like crazy through it, everyone. Personal mitts are huge. Dancers can also mesmerize when they see the cast bar to basically make it tickle. But then after Delta will be a line stack. Just stay stacked with your party in the relative area and just point these line stacks out and away from the other parties to be safe. After the line stack, we will have the snowballs mechanic happen. We're going to have all of letters go to A and all of numbers go to 3. The 2 bosses there, the red and green ones, will turn into snowballs. There will be a puddle that comes out. Please be max melee from them as they transform. Once they've transformed, thank you again, Layla. There's another video that will show you this whole mechanic as I'm explaining it to you. We will have the purple boss go into center and we can attack the purple boss. We will see the snowballs do 3 line dashes apiece. These 3 line dashes, it is imperative that your party takes the line dash that comes out for your party. We need 4 bodies in each of these line stacks, or else we will not be able to hurt the snowball at the end of the mechanic. So what's going to happen again? The snowballs appear, mark your snowball. So if you are on the letters, you will mark the A snowball. If you're on numbers, you will mark the 3 snowball. Follow the lines when they come out. The first lines are for A and 1. The second lines are for B and 2. The final third lines are for C and 3. Take your respected line. Tanks need to be in front of these that are a wild charge. After the 3 lines dash, there will be 2 tethers that come out to 2 random players in the raid. Only 2 players can get these, and they could be to the opposite snowball that you are not paying attention to. So, what happens is you need to stretch those tethers through the boss on the radio line that I'm currently standing on, or any of the, radio lines. This is what they look like. You want to stand on it so that it is in between, the boss is in between you and your snowball. So stretch the tether between the boss and your snowball so that on the knockback, you pull your snowball to the right spot. Everyone else that is not tethered, you just need to get knocked away from your snowball. So position the boss between you and your snowball that is marked. Get knocked away. The safe spot for the knockback you want to be is where I'm currently standing. You want to get knocked back from this point all the way to the death wall. If you do not make it to the death wall, say you land here, you need to run to the death wall and give it a little kiss. Get as close to the death wall as possible, because there's a point blank coming out and a stack hit as well with the snowball hit. The snowball will travel to you, and if it lands on top of you, and if everything was done correctly, the snowball will be targetable and damageable, and at that time, it is a DPS race to kill that snowball, or it is GG. So, those are the first 2 major mechanics of the fight. After we kill the snowballs, we just collapse center. The bosses do another jump, they do another cleave, we go to the safe spot. It's the same thing that happened at the end of Slime. So, if that all makes sense to you, we only have 11 minutes left, and this is a 6-minute fight. It's actually 7:10. It's locked on a 7-minute timer if we sell full enrage. So, we only really have 1 pull in us right now, and if possible, I would love for us to maybe cheese if we can. If we need to cheese, I will have a chemist run into the death wall, and we will just have a healer heal them. Party C has 2 chemists, so it'd be kind of great if one of the chemists died and that other chemist would pick them up. Once you get that pickup in that death roll, though, it is imperative that you do not accept that raise until everyone else is dead, so that we can reset the boss. As I said, though, get ready to check out if you're feeling comfortable, if you have no questions, and your way markers are down, just get those out. Yes, do not KBI the snowball. During the snowball, please do not use any of your knockback inbones. You want to get knocked back from things. Also, on the snowball, there will be a tiny knockback on the snowball as it passes through your party. Just don't fall into the wall on that. Alright, sick. We've got... I think most of our party is ready here. Yeah, C, you got 3, you got 2, B... actually looking for C. C is ready. Perfect. A. Cool. Alright. Please head towards your party start positions. And we will pull at 9 even. That's in 10 seconds. It's a little soon, but we're not using unicorns at the start. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure to only attack your boss and to only get hit by your own boss here. You're trying to build tethers. Do not get Venn diagram. And the death roll is pretty too. Perfect. Take that food. Point them out and away from the other parties. Next up, there are going to be puddles under the red and purple bosses. Please be max melee movement to not get hit, but to continue doing damage. Afterwards, the green boss will move to center, and we can attack the green one. Attack the green boss now. This is the slime's mechanic, and I cannot call it for you. Please pre-position yourself, find your safe spots, find where you need to hit, and auto jump for you. Good luck. That's great. If not, just accept the res after the jumps. We're collapsing in the center here. Small red guy coming out. Okay, we're watching the jump here. We're going to 3D. Go to 3D now. You can throw some reses out, accept the reses after the creeps. Get back on your own boss here. We're heading back to our original positions. Bosses can position themselves. And good mix here. We use Unicorn, Mesmerize. Delta attack is coming out. After the Delta, please stay stacked and point your line stacks out and away from the other parties. Next up is snowballs. We have all of the letters going to all of the numbers. Go to 3. Watch the puddles under the red and green boxes though. They are transforming. Snowball. And we can attack them with the boss. Remember, lines are coming out for A and 1 now. B and 2. Same thing, tanks and phonies. Afterwards, tether, stretching in between, or stretch it through the boss, get knocked away from your marked snowball, kiss the death wall, kill the snowballs. It's actually really smooth. Okay, let's get a cheese if you can. 5 walk into the wall if you can, and can I get a res on 5? Anyone res 5, please? Cool, everyone into the death wall. Let's see if possible. Okay, 9, go ahead and pick yourself up. No one bounce. We're going to try and pick up as many bodies here as we can. We'll probably not get that second pull, but we're going to try and save as many of the reses that we can. Yeah, number snowball assault, so great work numbers. Sounds like there was maybe a stack missed for the other side. But hey, that happens, and that's a great start. You guys saw the whole snowball mechanic.
Please release.
Yeah, if you're out of res, go ahead and release. We'll begin your re-leveling process. You only need 3 fates, which is excellent. It's really, really fascinating. Great work, everyone. If you have any questions about anything you just saw, what we're going to do right now is we are going to pick up bodies. We are just going to bounce out. I don't know, 4 minutes. Oh, we can see slimes. Let's do slimes again. We're going to do a slime spool, which is going to be like, we're just going to, basically once everyone's up, we're going to do a quick slime spool. I'd love to just get freshies to see slimes one more time, if possible. Trios, well, I guess I mentioned, the trios is kind of a wall for most people. And that's mostly just because there are there's so many personal mechanics that are happening, and a lot of the personal mechs are things that can just instantly kill everyone. Out and down the hall, please. Down the hall, down the hall. Run. Make sure as you're resing to hug the wall, and to hug the wall as you're running out the arena. We're waiting for the reset. And just so that healers, if you are unaware, your range for healing is right here.
The people that are behind the bosses, say something, yell chat, so it's easier to target if need be.
Yeah. There we go. We got everyone.
Yay.
Perfect. All right. Hug the wall, run out. We're going to pull at 3 minutes though, so feel free to kind of actually just move towards your positions. That should get us through the slimes mechanic and force everyone to re-level anyway. So. Okay. Let's pull. Tech your own boss, an all-new boss here. Please do not get bent by a drink. We will probably have funky tethers, so get ready for that. Do not get bent by a drink.
Behind the death wall.
Watch the death wall, watch the death wall. Just your focus out away from the other parties. Puddles under red and purple, please be maximized under 2, and you can make your way towards 6. The boss will be targetable. Okay, we are the boss. This is the slimes mechanic once again. It is a very fast mechanic, just watch as we jump. You don't have to worry about DPS here, just make sure that you do the mechanic. Debuffs are coming out now. Check your debuff. I'll not call this silly. Reposition the first one, and I'll call the final one. Alpha. A is safe at the end. North is safe at the end. Go back on the boss. If you die here, that's okay. Okay, we're watching you jump. That is B2, yellow. B2. Bosses. That says the big thing here, unicorns, mesmerize, big mitts. And the line stacks pointed out and away from the other parties. Watch them transform into snowballs, and probably get hit by 1 or 2 of them and get kicked out of the tower. Letters at A, numbers at B. Heading towards red and green. how this works. It sets up your snowball. That's up with A and 1. And 2. And C3. Wild charge. Then you can go in on the boss, get knocked away from your snowball, or your tethered snowball, but we're just gonna get kicked out anyways. Great work, everyone. Alright, if you have any 19s in your party, it is on you to make sure that they re-level. So, please help your party re-level to 20. Once your whole party is level 20, you can back out of the instance, because we will need to make a new instance for our second run. We will also take a 10-ish minute break. I'm sure we will have to refill some bodies and stuff. I know that people have some time restraints and whatnot, so yeah. We will definitely do that. If you cannot go on the second run, please drop yourself from the party finder when you exit the crescent. That would help me organize things a little bit easier. But otherwise,
Go light on the fade so everyone can get
yes.
there.
Took the words out of my mouth. Let's say, please go light on fates and help everyone get to talk. That was a great start. We're going to go in for some trios action on the second one, and hopefully we will get past that fight.
Light on the fade, let people get in.
Yeah, make sure you're not using like Zenage and all those fun things. Just use your tomahawk.
Slow down on damage, people.
Yeah.
Unless we have randos in here, which we might. We don't.
I don't think so. As well, if you wish. 1Z will also get you your reroll. Sharks is pretty quick. Say we're going to shoot to go in 15 minutes from now, so that'll be an X25. We'll do X25 is the next entry time. And when it comes to Demon Tablet, as it seemed like everything went swimmingly on that first run, I would expect us to kill it pretty quickly and keep minimums to a minimum. Or explanations to a minimum for the next little bit, but if you have questions, feel free to ask them. When we get to trios, I will again go over the slimes and snowballs and then fireballs that you didn't get to see. So yeah, we'll do X25 for the next pool. Just be waiting back by that time.
Feel free to change to another phantom job while you're re-leveling.
Yeah. Definitely switch to other things, get that XP. I'm gonna put Party Finder up. Just in case. Once you're leveled, feel free to take a small break, be back at X25, make sure to get some water, stretch yourselves, do all that fun stuff, use the restroom, and we should hopefully get started in level. If for some reason we drop under 36 players, then we'll have to crash the run, but I don't think we're going to have that problem, so. Okay, I am back in the saddle, so feel free to ask anything verbally now that I can actually hear anyone. So. You're correct. Being wrong slime does not give you thrice come ruin. However, does add another stack of that slime onto you. But here's the catch. Here's a real cool thing that you can kind of do. And I kind of actually did it on that last run because I totally missed the first and second jumps. Or, well, I missed the second jump. But it's they always jump at intercards. So you can kind of tell, you know, you kind of have like a 33% chance of knowing where the next jump is going to be based on that information. Because they're not going to jump on themselves.
Yeah, the only thing that matters is being neutral at the end. So
right. So if you have to take if you have one stack of blue and then you get hit by red and then you get hit by red again, we'll just get hit by blue because that will clear your stack and you'll be back to zero. So if you do accidentally take an extra, you can fix it.
I had one stack of red, got hit by blue, got clipped by red going to the safe spot, ran out of the safe spot and got hit by red.
Oh, that sounds like a death. Sounds like two reds.
Yeah, that's
no, it was red, blue, red.
The one red on you.
Yes, that means you had one red, yeah.
Yeah, and then I finished up the mechanic and survived.
Yeah, I actually do that on purpose when I have 2 or 1 debuff because I don't want to disengage with the boss. I like to keep my melee up time. So if I have 2, I will get hit. I will get hit on purpose again. I will cleanse my debuff with the first 2 hits, and then get hit by either blue or red, and then do the opposite with the last hit instead of being this.
Mathematically speaking, if you only have 1 stack, you should be able to. You have a 25% chance of being able to stand in place the entire mechanic.
Yes. Well, the first run, I had a 2 stack
potentially,
and I moved once, and I stood still for the other 3 hits.
25% chance isn't a significant chance. It's like.
Yeah, you should always pay attention to where they are, but there are some weird shenanigans. There have been times where I've been berserker and when you notice the pattern and you're like, oh, I can stand in place, take a hit, but get it cleared, but that means I can rage through all of this.
Well, you know,
it's there are weird things like that,
right?
But yeah, there are plenty of that's what's super fun about this content and why it's imperative to me to teach at the way I do is because there's so much to do in this tower. There's so much to do. So the bare minimum that I can do for you is to tell you the safe way to do it. Past that, enjoy doing the tower once you've got your clear. Meme runs are so crazy for this. It's so nutty to just be okay, well, how do we just do the tower without XYZ jobs stuff? It's possible to do that here because you have the phantom job system. The phantom job system is so fun to do and to work with other players and stuff. So the more you do the tower and the more you get comfortable with mechanics, absolutely talk to your party, communicate with them, be hey, there's a ready check. Don't worry about that ready check. That wasn't me. It's I know that we're 3 minutes behind. Talk with your party. Figure out hey, can we do this together? Can we try this strat? As long as you work within safe reasons and you're not gonna kill a whole alliance, then great. But yeah, here right at the beginning, I'm gonna just show you the safe way to get in, and hopefully you'll feel a little bit more confident going in the tower the next time.
How Tablet went?
What was that one more time?
Can I be proud of how well Tablet went? I've seen Delibes and nade runs go less well than that.
Tablet's honestly pretty free. It's a collar check more than anything. I think it's just and it's also just a be calm check. It is, as long as you were paying attention to what's happening, it's not too hard to dodge everything. Most of the damage that comes out in the tower as well is raid-wide damage, so as long as you're not in an incorrect spot, you should live. Like, you should live the mechanic and not have to worry about it. So we have 3 missing right now. I am gonna do a quick hard ready check and see if we get in, and if not, we will do a final ready check to see if those players are still our missing players.
I can't wait for the Savage, where it's 96 people, and half the people are in blood and half the people are in magic, and you've got to pull the
That would be
bosses
amazing.
simultaneously with no magic possible in the Blood Tower.
I was really hoping that they would make some kind of connection like that and make Inuo like a secret boss for us, but then they just put Inuo in the main story, and I was like, oh well, guess they're not doing that.
Oh, he could always power up and show up again. You know, Savages ain't canon. It's a story told to us by Yoshi P. I mean the Bard.
Okay, let's do another ready check. These players that are missing, I will do a call out in the Discord thread and see if they're here. And if they do not respond, we will kick and move on.
So, a stupid question while we're still waiting for people. So,
Well, everyone's
the
here.
first time we did the snowballs, like not one shot.
Yes. Like you just took the hit of the snowball and died.
Yeah, immediately. So, do
Were you
I?
Yeah.
the person in front?
I think I was the only one in the line during the first.
Ah, well,
Honestly, that would
The
explain
the
it.
first hit, the first hit of the very first person hit in each line, it's a tank buster, a small
But
tank.
it's
Yeah.
also a
Wild
stack,
charge.
so
It's a wild
not
charge,
only
yeah.
a wild charge, but it's also a stack. So if you took that on your own, you're not only taking the wild
Yeah.
charge head on, but
You
you're
took the
also
stack.
taking the full.
Okay, so it's a wild charge. That makes
Yeah.
sense. And then
It's a wild charge and a stack, because if there's only like 3 people in it, it
Yeah, you
can't.
need 4 people for it.
Yeah, you need 4 to make it actually work. But even
This one.
yes, with 3 people it would obviously not.
Just one. You can't take more than one snowball because you get a damage down debuff.
You get a debuff from it.
I mean,
That's actually
Strength down,
happened.
not damage down. Jesus Christ.
I died.
Suicide Snowball, or would you take a stack off of him if you die?
It would work.
yeah.
You're just dead.
Yeah.
Took a second hit and I was
Yeah, the second hit will absolutely kill you.
And every line needs at least 4 people to get rid of one of the stacks.
I will say, like I said earlier, there are definitely ways to do the tower goofy, and I definitely know of ways to take multiple hits. I'm not going to tell you those here, but there are ways.
That weird thing that samurais have, and also being a tank, having ridiculous amounts.
Yes, also, that is the perfect thing. For those snowballs, tanks, yes, need to be in front of them. However, if you are a Phantom Samurai, you do have Shira Hadori. You can do that there and take that place of that tank. So if you do Shira Hadori and stand in front, great. But if not, yeah. Let's go on ahead. Oh yeah, let's have letters on the left side, the west side of the pavilion, numbers on the east side of the pavilion, and let's go ahead and have our chemist in center again. Let's go ahead and get them marked so that we can check the other ones. We're gonna mark Nye with a number 1, Poor Bloodsmith with a number 2, Bunt Cake with number 3. Do we have 2 other chemists? Any other chemists? Kamui, there we go. Mark Kamui with a number 4.
It's saying I'm in combat, but I can chemist if needed.
Sorry, I don't recognize your voice.
Oh,
What was
Pain
your...
Striker. Sorry.
Oh, right on. Yeah, that works. Karen, you're a healer, right?
I am.
Did you switch? You could. Hang on. Let me see how many chemists I have on your side. Actually, I feel like they're all on
Okay. I didn't
the-
get the numbers. What are
on
the
that
numbers? I
side.
need to mark them.
Oh yeah, Nye is going to be number 1. Horde Bloodsmith's going to be number 2. Bunt Cake is number 3. Kamui Thalmir is number 4.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah,
And
the other
then-
one of the chemists is in my party in A, so
Okay, then we'll keep that one there then. Okay. Fane, what party are you in?
I am in D or 1, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and mark you with number 5. Or yeah, you're going to be our 5th chemist.
Sounds good.
Okay. Once again, chemists, make sure that you have yourselves marked and everyone else, or, each of the other chemists marked. It's important for me and you. And thank you so much. You can head back to your parties. Let's go on ahead and double check that we have our 2 geomancers. Geos, if you can float yourselves, that'd be great. Oh yeah, we gotta get a new geo for...
Yeah, we gotta get it.
There's no perfectly. Karen, you're gonna be our geo. Yeah, that would be a perfect choice actually. Okay, Karen's our geo. Next up, let's do thieves. If you could trap percept for me. Trap detect. There's 1. And
I'm
other
right here.
side. Perfect. Oh yeah, that's right. And then time mages. If you could step out to the center for me. Dakota, perfect. And yeah, perfect. Alrighty. Thank you so much, everyone. At this point, if you are not sure what to play, Ranger, Dancer, Bard, all excellent for party reasons. They either give you a damage buff or they're gonna give you a nice little shield to get you through an attack. Past that, put your ciphers in the reliquary because it is time to put your ciphers in. We do need 43, if I remember correctly. Yes.
Yeah, 43.
And then we had some great questions already. If you do have any additional questions, feel free to ask them now. How many? Oh yeah, I wanted to ask. I meant to do this on the first run. If this was your first run into the tower, could you come into the center? I would just like to see the last run was your first run. That rules. Awesome. Good work, everyone. So proud of you. Okay. Let's go on ahead and mark a couple extra players here. We are also 1 cipher short. Still looking for our last cipher. It will say you have secured priority passage to the tower under the offering threshold. So double check that that's there. Perfect. Good work, everyone. Okay. Let's go on ahead and figure out a couple extra markers here. If I could get, let me pull up the actual raid helper here so that I can see who we have. See who our healers are. It's your chemist, so that's fine. This one's gone. Karen, you're going to be the Dorito for letters. If you are in a letters party, please mark typical Karen with a Dorito. Because I think you're a DPS, right? Healer. Oh, you're a healer. Actually, mark them with a plus. Mark Karen with a plus if you're on the letter side. Karen's going to be your plus letters. And then DPS. I don't recognize like any of you. Figure out who the best way to get there. side. I don't recognize any of you. Rex Skull, are you here? I recognize you. I feel like I've seen you in a few runs. Do you feel... Are you playing DPS? We can mark you with a Dorito.
I think he's been at least in Magitor, if not cleared already.
What I'm doing right now is we are gonna find, and it's not like super important at this time, it's something that we'll figure out before we do trios. But for the fireballs mechanic here, we are going to have a Dorito on our DPS players, and then a plus on the healers to dictate where they go for specific that specific mechanic. So, but we'll figure that out later. Gentle, if our Gentle, we might mark you with the healer plus for letter or for numbers. Sorry, numbers side. Oh yeah, and then Glory in my party, no worries about that. If you want, that's if you want to mention, hey, I'm the vet for the party, blah, blah, blah. I've been here a bajillion times. You could probably mark your own vets with like a relative, like chain 1 or something like that. That might be helpful. If that is something that would help you along, feel free to do that. We are going into the tower now, though, so make sure that you are on the platform here as we go in. Seeing Sophia as a berserker is like wild.
Just stay behind.
No.
Maybe you're very high, Sophia.
Aren't we all, though? You shouldn't be doing that, Sophia. Oh boy. Alright, make sure that you have your correct job and your correct phantom jobs on. If you've got Arcanaut gear, go ahead and throw that on as well. Or if you've got accessories, those are great too. Knights, dancers, make sure you buff at the stone. Bards, monks, we won't take those buffs with us. We're trying to not get buff capped here, so please don't worry about those. Go ahead and make your way to the first boss. If you have any questions about the first boss, it's probably time to ask them now. Otherwise, eat some food once you got your ready marks. Once you've got your way marks down, getting ready, check out. There we go. Going ahead and place the markers just in case again. And then once again, I do want to stress when it comes to the meteors mechanic. If you get a meteor on your head, it is important that you go to the meteor side. If you get a stack marker, you need to point yourself so that the blue arrow is pointing at the boss. Go to the appropriate side for the slam down so that you are on the right side whenever the boss ends the mechanic. So that you can carry your players either to safety from the meteors, or you can keep them on the safe side from all the chaos that's happening. Oh, we have pulled. We're going in. Straight line. We're going to the boss on the other side. It's a knockback. knockback from the boss. Knockback first. Knockback from both the other side of the boss, and knockback again. We're taking another knockback. Again, your KPIs work here. Okay. It takes to the left side of the boss. Party to the right. Involved with the C and chisel. Involved now. Next up, we're gonna have the letters players cross to the other side. Letters cross. Everyone, if you get a really good set of places, you need to go mark this piece. That's all we're talking about. Colors in. Next up, we're looking for our first rotation. On the opposite side of the boss. On the right side of the boss, be it B or C. At the end of the rotation, we want to be looking one way marker. Go to one now. Letters just walk forward, numbers just go to the back side. Once you're at one, you can start writing. Light spread for meteors here. When you get a stack marker, turn your camera so that you can point that stack at the boss and go to the appropriate side. Meteors are crossing, and it's a knockback. Meteors cross and take the knockback. Knockback, we have some bad stats. Yeah, they fixed. Okay, don't stack them together, but take them at the back of the platform. Those two on the safe side. You want to stay on the safe side here. Okay, safe. Dodge medals. Good work. This is chaos. We're looking for our rotation. Over right side box. With a 3 for the entire rotation. So stay at 3. Stay at 3. If Zerkers are going to do weird things, do not follow them. Okay, some damage under the boss. We have bad things coming next. We're going to have letters players cross here. Time mages, it's time for you to wake up. As if the early clue wasn't enough for everyone to wake up. Time mages, you wake up here, spell now. Clear your heads, everyone. Once your ads are down, help the other teams with theirs. We got a little bit of downtime here. We are looking for the logos. Logos will show us the safe spot points. Organic. I should say. We're also looking, it's going to be front right numbers, that's where you're going to also float. This guy's already on the side, letters cross, this is the knockback, take the knockback first. Take the knockback first. Numbers, you want to take that knockback on the east side. Take the knockback into the gargoyle. Numbers, into the gargoyle now. Everyone else, into your towers. Everyone into your towers. Front right. Front right. Okay, we're looking for a final rotation. We cannot recover past this point. Go to the left side of the box with a 1-row marker. We will walk forward to C. Go to C. Okay. Once you're at C, pour some damage into the boss, and then after the boss's turn, get a light spread out. Light spread. This is meteors number 2 with respect to the full mechanic. Get backs. Open that boss and go to the appropriate side. Meteors, you are staying. Meteors are staying. Everyone else is crossing. Everyone else cross. Backs are good. Get away away from boss. Place your stacks in the appropriate place. Others. Okay, let's kill this boss. Help this boss to the other side. Get ready for a knockback. Knockback now. Knockback next. KPI's working. Good boss. Tank busters to the left. That is that thing. 4. Chemist, make sure you get bodies up on the ground from the ground. Teleportation sigil up. Again, super important you do not pull the boss early, because it is a go moment once it happens. We cannot recover from that. Letters to the left, numbers to the right, and we're going to drop down a voice channel. Knights, dancers, please read off the stone, get your loot, and then we'll see you on the other side. Numbers, drop down with me.
Gwen, you can pop this. Thank you. Tank and pull.
That was wild. Okay, knights, thieves, whatever you are, whoever you do, whatever your thing is, do your job. Knights, we can pull these. Time mages, make sure to slow them. We're looking for all of the first. Right hammer coming out. Go to the right side facing the boss. For the scarab, we need a dispel on the scarab. We also need a slow and 7 seconds. Hug the wall. Stay back. Everyone back into the room, back into the room. Only the small trap. Do not clip the mega. Good work. Alright, hug the wall. Let's go up the stairs. Geo, you can float yourself and touch the orb as soon as possible. Everyone else, we're on ads. Bards, you can Romeo's ballad through this to make our lives a whole lot easier. Phantom Samurais. And then all tanks and builds have their stance to this section. We don't want anyone killed by anything. AoEs will go non-explosive. Careful of that trap. Let's pop it for safety. Let's not play dangerously. Thank you so much. Yeah, do not follow Sophia. They are chaos.
Stupid.
It's not bad. They're very, very skilled. We're in on the moth. Dodge that AoE. The only AoEs that the Romeo's ballad does not work on are the moth and the orb. All the other ones works though. Orb is down the hall, we're heading down the hallway. Casters, just be mindful of that orb on the right side as we pass it. You do not want to touch it. It is a silence. Sophia, are you oh yeah, you're playing good class. Okay, you're playing warrior. Let's see. We gotta find the 50-50 gamble. Thief, you have a good setup on the Manticore. The Moth might pull on you.
I went up Thief Corridor.
Uh-oh. Alright. Go ahead and knock that out real quick and then run back to, we're gonna head your way, actually.
I'm gonna play stupid games, stay back.
Yeah, I was going to as well. Sophia's gonna run ahead. Everyone stay behind me.
Thief, get back
Where
in
the
there.
mega is.
Thief, get back now, please.
We're gonna pull the traps. Oh, we're gonna pull the monsters. Okay, in on the monsters. Watch the orb. Sophia dead.
I didn't kill him.
Ah, yeah, that'll happen. If I had my 2 extra seconds, I would have been this with you. I would rather you die, so that's good. Watch out for that. That's going to kill a lot of people. Smudge Rage is a small little box that will just kill. Everyone, let's go back to that room since we have our thief now. We're gonna go back and get our first loot. Should have hop sprint. I know this is kind of a lot of backtracking. Typically we turn up for these rooms first and then we pull the ads, and while we pull the ads, it's kind of then the thief's choice to decide if they want to go to the thief room or stay with the group. Do that instead. No worries. I assumed a lot when I saw you say that that you knew hallways. I should have just gone through it again, but no worries. You're doing great. Going ahead and let's double check. You can get right here, and it's right here. Cool. Let's kill these guys. Grab your loot once we've killed these ugly monsters. Down the hallway, we will immediately turn and grab our second chest. So feel free to do that, and then we'll kill the ants. And again, as you're running down the hallway, dodge that orb casters. Grab your loot. The caster orb is moving in front of the hallway. The door is open for us. It should be your 12th piece of Sanguinite if you were on both runs. And then we're killing this Manticore. Side of the Manticore. Get ready to walk into the Go man. Let's go through walls. not know if there's a trap on this other side, so let's go ahead. The Mega has been popped, so we're good. Dodge that trap. We're going in here. We're gonna pull these guys and kill them. Let's go through the wall. Go to the other side. We'll be ready to wreck it. Go. Make sure please pop that trap. No one get hit by it. Hug the right wall if you can as you're walking past it. Make sure everyone is up. If everyone is up, you can jump off and head up to the mission. Okay. The waymark's out again. This time, let's go on ahead and talk about everything else here. If I can get everyone to actually stand behind the purple line real quick. Let's have everyone behind the purple line for this, so that we can make sure that everyone's on the same page. Okay, here's what's gonna happen. Again, slimes, and pre-pool, or I guess the pool. We are going to be on our own bosses. A and 1, you're on the green boss over at D3. B and 2, you're on the red boss at A. That's Triton. C and 3, you're over here at B2 on the purple boss. We're baiting tethers for this, so please make sure to only attack your boss and only get hit by your boss. Once the bosses have positioned themselves, they will do a giant circle AoE, and these will overlap, so please make sure that you're close to your boss and only get hit by your boss. Do not get Venn diagrammed here. And then a death wall is also coming up. Death wall will be along this brick line, or this brick circle line around. Where I'm currently standing is the death wall, so if you're standing here, you will die. Blue bricks for safety. Blue bricks. Next up, the red and purple bosses will have a puddle under them. You can be max melee from them to continue hitting them, but the green boss will move to center, and then the red and purple bosses will actually turn into slimes. When they do that, you can attack the green boss. Your debuff will drop off from that tether, so you won't be stuck to them anymore. You can actually attack the green one there, and the green boss will cast Primordial Chaos to start the slimes mechanic. When that happens, you will get your debuff. It's the hot-cold mechanic. You want to get hit by your opposite slime to your debuff that many times to clear your debuff, so that you are at a net 0 at the end of the mechanic, and then you move to the safe spot, which I will call for you. During that time, it is super important that you don't hot mic. But just make sure that you pay attention and kind of keep in your own head of like where you're going for your hits, and to be safe until that fourth and final hit can be called out. Once that fourth and final one is done, we will collapse into center to kind of get ready for the next mechanic, which will happen, which is that there will be a small road ride that comes out that if anyone that has any debuff on them still will dive to that raid ride. Everyone else just kind of lightly knit through it, kind of get ready for it. Then the two bosses that were slimes will transform back into their normal selves and jump. Once they jump, they will do a cleave. We just go in between those two bosses to be safe. And that's why we want to be at center, is because then we have the shortest distance to wherever is safe. Once you're in the safe spot, you can go on ahead and use your Unicorn Rangers. everyone else can start to personally knit and go on ahead and start attacking their own bosses again. The next attack is Delta Attack. It is a thrice-fold hit that is both physical, magical, and I think also shadow or whatever the neutral damage is. It'll be a painful hit unless you mitt through it. So again, this is when unicorns will come out for the first time during the fight for rangers. This is when everyone will use their personal mitts, so Addles, Feints, Reprisals, Shadow Veil, Shake It Off, do all that kind of stuff. Hard Art, Conundrum, whatever. After that, there will be a line stack that comes out. Make sure you just continue to stay stacked together and point these out and away from the other parties. After that, we will begin the snowball mechanic. We saw this twice last time, technically. During the snowball mechanic, we will have letters go to the A mechanic. Oh, God, sorry. The A waymarker. Sorry, I'm kind of like dealing with one other thing real quick. Let me just do this. Cool, now I can put that there. We'll have letters go to A. We will have numbers go to 3. We will mark our snowballs at that point. So if you are in the numbers parties, you're going to mark that snowball that appears at 3. Letters, you're going to mark the one that appears at A. At that point, the purple boss will be in the center. You attack the purple boss. During the transformation, of course, the red and green will have puddles under them, just be max melee to continue doing damage to them, but, get ready for everything else first. There'll be 3 wild charges that come out from these snowballs. It is up to you and your party to be in your party's line wild charge. So, the first lines that come out are for parties A and 1 from your respective snowball. Then B and 2 for the second, C and 3 for the third and final lines. After those dashes come out, tethers are going to come out to 2 random players, and it's literally anyone on the board will get tethered to one of these snowballs. If you get tethered to the snowball, you are now attached to that snowball, and you need to stretch that snowball's tether through the boss on the radio line. So let's pretend that the boss is in the center of the board right now, and that the snowball is at A. I'm going to stretch my tether through the boss here and get knocked back on this radio line to the death wall. Now, if I'm not the tether and I'm just any other random player, I'm going to get knocked away from my snowball in the same way. So I'm just looking for my snowball. Let's pretend my snowball that is marked is at A. I'm going to get knocked away with the boss being here in center, with the boss between me and my snowball on the radio line, away from the snowball, get knocked away, hiss the death wall, get as close to the death wall as you can, because again, there's a point blank hit that comes out that's huge, and if you're even 1 brick in, it will kill you. I promise you that. So please, kiss the death wall, take the hit, let the snowball drop on top of you. Once it does, it is time to DPS it. It is a DPS race to kill that snowball, or else we lose. It is possible to cheese during that time. If we do call for a cheese, it's important to run into the south wall here, and we can set it up so that works out. After that, after we kill our snowballs, we are going to then collapse back into center. We will watch them transform again. They will jump. We dodge those 2 cleaves. Easy. After the cleaves, it's the same thing that we did last time. Delta attack's going to happen again, so unicorns come out, big mitts come out, dancers can mesmerize when they see the cast bar, Addle Feint Reprisal, Shake It Off, etc. Then, this time, a line stack will come out, but first, there's going to be a tank buster before it. So, tanks are going to go to the left side of their slice, and they're going to Phantom Guard for that tank buster. It is a 90-degree cone. It's just like the first one at the beginning of the fight. You need to point this out and away from the other parties. Party, you're going to stack over here on the right side and take that line stack together and point that out and away from the other parties. Once you do those, easy. Final mechanic begins. This is the fireballs mechanic. Fireballs, we will have all of letters go to A. We will have all of numbers go to C. I don't care about DPS at that point. It's more important that you focus on the mechanic here. We will have tanks in the center. We will have DPS on the right radial line, and we will have healers on the left radial line. The first thing that we're looking for, though, is that everyone stacks at C or A, and we watch if the fireballs are going to drift. So what's going to happen? The red boss walks into center, green, purple turn in fireballs jump off the board. At that point, we are at A and C looking for Heaven's Fall markers. If you don't know what those are, if you've done the Evilise raids, the final raid, the Oborn Monastery, Ultima, does Heaven's Fall during it, which is these little circles that come out in like 5 or 6 patterns, and then a mechanic drops down right there. Typically, you see them walk over and there's like a guard mechanic. But for this time, we're watching to see where that snowball or that fireball is actually going to drop down and where we're going to actually deal with that mechanic. So we will either see them come from one radial line out, and we will need to drift either left or right, or we will stay where we are. Just listen to the call. If I say go right one, we all go right one radial line. And then we set up our whole board the way that we were going to set up for this mechanic. If I call us to go left, we go over to where Yuta pretty much is. We just go over to the other radial line and set up over here. If I call us to stay, we will stay in center and set up this way. Now, if you are confident and have done this mechanic, you have cleared your vet, and you are a DPS, please step out for your respective alliance and say, I can be the Dorito for whatever party. I can be the plus for whatever. Currently, I think we have Karen that is a healer on the letters side. They can be a plus for letters. If you are in the letters party, you can mark Karen with a plus. We have Flan Brewer over here on the number side. They are a Dorito. Please mark them with a Dorito. Gentle, if you want to come over here, you can be... Oh, Nye is also over here. We can. Nye's a chemist, though. Gentle, let's take you. If you want to come over here, you are the plus for numbers. Numbers, please mark Be Gentle with a plus. And then we are just looking for a DPS on letters. I didn't really recognize a lot of people on that side, so it's totally okay if you don't feel super confident. Yuta, we can mark Yuta with a Dorito, and if you want to be the Dorito Yuta, you can just do it since you're an off tank.
Yeah, sure.
That would be fine. So letters, if you want to mark Yuta with a Dorito, feel free. I'm pointing at them. They're on the D3 radio line right now. And here's how this mechanic's gonna work. Actually, Yuta, if you want to come over here and practice this with us, it'd be great. Just to show. Here's your letters, Dorito. We're going to have tanks in the center for the fireball. We're going to have Doritos on the right. That's all the DPS on this right line. You want to be about 3 bricks in. Healers, you're going to be on the left line about 3 bricks in. There's going to be 3 cones that come out that hit healers and DPS. At this time, tanks are also going to be getting hit in the center of their fireball and need to rampart. Tanks are going to rampart here. The first hit comes out and hits everyone. The second hit comes out, and then the third hit comes out. After the third hit, everyone collapses onto healers, and then we are going to Mario Kart some puddles around the fireball. So we're just going to run around the fireball. There will be 3 sets of puddles that come out. We should end over here on the DPS side. There will be a line stack that comes out. Just stay stacked, take the line stack. After the line stack hits, everyone dives back to their original positions, and 3 more hits come out. Tanks, you're going to kitchen sink here, and then you're going to invuln. On the... Yeah, you can just use whatever, man. It's not too bad. And through this whole mechanic, the fireball will be targetable. So feel free to be killing your fireball through all of this. But after that line stack and you're back in your positions, 3 more hits come out. Fireball explodes. If you don't kill your fireball before your fireball explodes, we lose. Now, if you do kill your fireball, you can help the other side. However, you cannot help the other side. You cannot cross over the center until all those cone stacks have gone out. So please do not cross until I say it is safe to cross and help the other side. After that, that's pretty much the whole fight. The bosses, again, will transform back to themselves. They'll do another jump. We collapse into center. We just watch the jump, go in between them. They do a cleave. And then we go and attack our bosses again back in our original positions. The final thing will be a set of cleaves that come out and a couple spreads. But I'll call that kind of on the fly. The only thing you really need to know is that when you're in for the final positioning on the final mechanic, the pie slice on the left is for letters. The pie slice on the right is for numbers. Just do a general spread after 2 cleaves, and it's pretty GG. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them now. And if you don't, let's go on ahead and head to our positions, and if you're past the purple line, we'll consider that the ready check. Once everyone's past the purple line, we will get a pull time, and we'll go in for our pull. And we have plenty of time that we should get 2 pulls here. So I am expecting to do a kimchi somewhere in here. Kim's, just like last time, let's just keep our ears out. If I say a number, it'll be up to you to run into the wall, and we will all try to res them the same way. So, okay. Night buff is falling off, so in 4 minutes, do note that things will start to hit a little bit more. You'll just need to knit a little bit like stronger for it. So, okay, looks like we are all ready. Perfect. Double check that you have food. Haha, it's funny. Your raid dude doesn't even have food. Or it must have. I probably fell off because I think I only won. But yeah, eat some food, and then we are going to pull at 8. Let's do 17:45. 17:45 is the pull time.
Just a warning to the healers. Night buff is going to fall off during the fight.
Yes.
So be warned, it's going to start hitting hard at some point.
Yeah. Healers can basically just always focus on healing. All right, we are 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go on ahead and hit your own boss, and only your boss, and only get hit by your boss. They will reposition themselves. And then a death wall is coming up. Another thing coming out. Do you have any funky tethers? Set that. Takes. He's out there from the other parties. Can't do that. Next up, Red Triple will have others under their feet. Just watch them. Head to center now. We're on the green box. This is the slide. Pre-position yourself with the first jump. It is just a simple pop cold. Save that. If buff is out, double check it. Good luck. Safe at the end. D is safe at the end. That's the left side. You can collapse into center now. If you die to this raid ride, it's okay. Just accept it as an after the jumps. Good work, everyone. We are watching the jumps here. We want to be in center for the next safe spot. We are going to 3D. 3D is the safe spot. Blue bricks. We're back on the boss, Wonders Unicorn, big nuts for everyone else, Addles things for fighters, shapes, all that kind of stuff. Bosses will reposition themselves. Just like that. Dancers can mesmerize here. Next step is a line stack. Just stay stacked up and just out and away from the other targets. Next up is Snow snowballs. We're gonna have the letters go to A. We're gonna have numbers go to 3. Watch the colors under the red and green line. Be nice, later from the 2. When your snowball appears, please mark it. Attack the purple boss now. Mark your snowballs. We are watching the lines come out. Good. A and 1. B and 2. C and 3. Take your line, takes in front. After that, tether stretching through the boss. Get knocked away from your tethered snowball, and get knocked away from your marked snowball. Kill your snowball. Ooh, what fuck. Cheese. We need a cheese. Number 1, we need a Ken to raise 1. Everyone in the south wall otherwise. Everyone in the south wall.
Knock back, or you go to the wall. Right, knock back.
Yeah. But otherwise, pretty good. But, I mean, the other side was killable this time, so we were close. Now we just need to do it together.
If the stack to get to
I think so. I think so. That was pretty clean. We'll get it this time. So, alright. Again, we're doing the cheese here. Once you get your res, you can accept it, run towards the wall, and then out of the arena. We've got plenty of time for the second rule, so if you have questions, you can ask them now. We will let
Unfortunately,
the
had
brain
some
fog go along.
by accident in my party.
Oh no! Yeah, please don't release. We are doing the cheese. Yeah, no, the good thing is that you stretched it. You did it right, you just went too far. That was all. So, because it went into the death wall for us, so we couldn't even get to it. The good thing is you stretched the tether. You did the right thing. Just a little bit too far.
Looks like we only lost 1.
Awesome, perfect. Again, I can kind of show. It's a little sketchy. It's kind of like right between these 2 crystals on the floor. This is like the perfect spot you want to be to take that knockback. It's like here relative to the boss, you know, it's like what, the 4th brick in. I keep talking about bricks. A lot of things in this tower are kind of designed based on the floor tiling. So you can kind of see a lot of the mechanics before they actually happen. Like the cleaves are all these blue bricks. So if the cleaves happen, if you're in the blue bricks, you're kind of safe. Granted, you know, you're at the right spot for it. When it comes to those fireballs, again, it's like count 3 bricks out from the center here. So dodge out the half brick, and then 1, 2, 3. Everyone's right here, safe. Same with healers. It's just 1, 2, 3. Right here is the safe brick. Again, that death wall thing with the knockback, whenever you do get knocked back, this brick right here, danger. This brick right here, safety. It's all about bricks. So if you just kind of pay attention to where you are on the floor and relative to the boss and everything else, you should do just fine. We got blue bricks, we got brown bricks. It may not be Minecraft, but it's certainly Final Fantasy. You have a raid wipe to start every fight, so. Okay, once your brain fog has fallen off, you can pass the purple waymark, or the purple line, if you have no questions, that is, and head towards your party start line, or your party start area. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. We still have plenty of time. Again, this, if we did full enrage and like killed the boss and tried to see the cutscene and everything or whatever was with it, we need 7 minutes and 10 seconds on the timer, so we do have plenty of time before this pull. And again, it is also locked on time. You do have to see the first full 6 minutes, so. Okay, cool. We are all ready, it looks, so we are going to pull at 10:15. 10:15 on the timer. This will be a full send, so if you do die, please pick up your knock as soon as you can. Cheese aren't really like super free in Tower. I know a lot of people think they are, but you kind of get one, so we kind of used it. So 5 seconds out. 3, 2, 1. Hit your own boss and only your own boss. Only get hit by your boss here, and you're trying to beat some tethers. Bosses will reposition themselves. The death wall is coming up. Please do not get named out of the death wall. Tankbusters to the outside. Monkeys out and away from the other parties. Purple bosses. Please be max melee from button 2. Center, we can attack the green boss now. This is the beginning of slimes. We did really great last time. That was a really good slimes last time. So, what are we doing this time? Reposition. The bug is out now. Check it. That was 8. Again, the first time we saw it, the one side got it. The second time we got there, the other side did it. We just put them together this time, and bam, we got it right. We were just like 1 second short of that DPS. So, great, excellent work. Like, you guys are solidly in there on trios. So, you're all trios progs now, so great work. Definitely look for some trios progs. Get in there, get that trios clear, because y'all are like one more trios pull from clearing, probably. Like, Fireball is it's not really that bad of a mechanic, and again, the way that we do it here, where DPS are just on one side, healers are on the other side, really splits that damage out in terms of benefits. But they really need to dodge, and once you kind of see it once, it's really easy to kind of, keep going. So, I fully believe that you guys are like about a 2 away from getting out of trios. So, great work, everyone. Excellent, fresh start. So, good work. Hopefully everyone feels a little bit more confident about seeing what they're about to do in the tower more. It's very hectic and crazy, but again, a lot of it's just following the leader and just seeing it. Once you see it, it's not that bad. Especially those personal mechanics, it's just like once you get those under your thumb and seeing them a couple times, you kind of get used to them, and they're really not that bad.
Well, regardlessly, feel free to switch to another job. It's like we're done with that anyway, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is where we'll conclude tonight. I know that there is another run coming up. I don't know what that run is.
It's magic to clear anyway.
Yeah, no one nobody qualifies for that, but I'm trying to think that like no, I was trying to make sure that I wasn't cutting into time that I was like, Sophia should have Party Finder on for that, right? But no, that's at 6, so you've got plenty of time. Yeah. I was like, hopefully they're not here if they're 30 minutes into their Party Finder. Yeah, great work, everyone. I mostly just do any progs and things, so someone asked me if they next on Sunday. I don't plan on hosting one next Sunday. I will be out of town next week. Just kind of do this one because someone asked me for it. Twitch, I would share if there's one thing you're looking for on our schedule, ask me. Someone will probably get one for you. Super chill and box like that. We're here to help you get your food. And then, hey, stick around for me. But yeah, I mostly just do any progs here on Wednesdays, so if you are looking for something to do on a West Coast night on Wednesday night, hey, I'll do my new progs. Or I do like a meme run every once in a while. And I wanted to get some more this month, but like, yo, it's too busy. So busy.
Wednesday, if you don't mind me having me.
Yeah, totally. I'm all anyone can come through. It's an any frame. So, but yeah. Thanks so much everyone for coming. If you have any last minute questions, I'll definitely hang out until I get my level here. And I can answer them for you. But otherwise, like, everything went pretty clean through slime. Like, slime is usually where you'll see people start getting tripped up first, because it's like, you know, you're on your own for that. But then Snowballs was looking just fine. So, and Demon Tablet went pretty well. It's the only thing I can say about Demon Tablet is just like, oh yeah, stacks kind of are weird at first, right? But that's because they target 4 random players. It's not something we can assign. So like, if you get it for the first time you get it, you're gonna be like, oh, that's me, and then you're gonna like run to the other side and be like, oh, now I see the blue marker. Wait, I'm on the wrong side. Like, there's a lot of chaos with getting the stack for the first time. So,
loud.
Oh, we do have randos in the instance too. So.
Oh, that'll be why then.
Yeah. I saw them shouting while we were in trios. So. Yeah. Everything else looked great. So. They're definitely trios. Yeah, I feel like you see more trios runs popping up every once in a while here, so you'll definitely see them. And you definitely see the later progress, especially right now. So once you get out of the trios, you definitely track. Yeah, look out for the trios run. Definitely check them out. I enjoy them. If you do find yourself in another Discord, do remember that we do things a little bit differently with our trios, and we did learn some different strats for that. So please respect the other Discords and their strats, and whoever hosts it, whatever they're doing. Please make sure you use your preferences and what they're trying to do, and so that they can run efficiently. I'm gonna drop out now. Hope you guys have fun. Thank you so much for joining me on, and I hope to see you in the future to each other. See you next time.